Rand, I can say I knew you win. And by win, I mean we finally got a chance to meet in December before Niners at Seahawks, and a month later, you're the general manager of the Tennessee Titans.
How about that?
Right? Who would have thought?
Me?
Hey, man, say it again for the people in the back.
I mean, man, it was, at that time, I can't even remember if the accelerator program had happened or not. But, yeah, man, things came fast.
Yeah.
From the moment I did my first interview to the second interview to the actual hire to being in the building, it all happened so rapid, and then also me wanting to finish what I started in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And getting to a point where it was like, now it's time for me to start my new thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, it all came fast, but, yeah, we here.
But I said, who would have thought, and you said me. I want to go back to, see, because you and I mean, we clicked and showed each other love the moment we met. I obviously go back with your father, who was so helpful and good to me in my younger days. But, man, like, I didn't realize how much you were a draft nerd like me. So for those that don't know, when you were a teenager, you bought all the magazines.
Yep.
You recorded the draft. You used to do mock drafts. And now here you are. So you are literally living the dream. This is what you manifested.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, again, I didn't know what I was doing, back then and how it related to where I am now. It was just something that always captured my attention, and I just wanted.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I love the game of football, and if you know my dad, he's one of those guys that if you play for him, you're going to be a historian of that organization and the people that came before you. So a little that is embedded in my DNA, but just love of the game. And so, and having loved college football as much as I did, now it was all about, man, where's Charlie Ward going to go? Where's, all these guys? And so you try to follow that next step. And again, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to figure out who was going where.
Yeah.
And
were you any good at it, though? Were you pretty accurate?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It might have been a couple picks where I was spot on.
Yeah.
But it was, now looking back at it, I'm seeing it now, me sitting, me and my brother had twin beds, and me sitting in between the twin beds with our floor model TV that was in the room.
Yeah, sitting on the milk crate,
and just had my legal pad, and my Athlon magazine, and just going through the process. And again, I didn't know that these positions were available when I was doing that. I was just doing it because it was something that I enjoyed doing, and it was just one of those things that I had to myself, and now, I mean, it's here. It's kind of surreal to sit back and think about.
Well, and that's what I want to talk to you more than anything about. There's plenty of time for us to talk about, the salary cap and various players whose contracts are up for discussion. But, man, it was such a moment. And, again, you and I just actually met, but we go back, though. But we connected. Just to sit there and watch you hold your own at your first Combine press conference. I know it's been a whirlwind for you. But have you had a chance just to kind of take a second and be like, yo, like you said, I'm here. I made it. This is what I've been working for. Everybody
asks me that question, and those moments come at weird times. The first time I had a chance to think about it was early February. Me and my two cousins, we went out to brunch in Nashville, and it's like an hour wait, and we're just kind of walking Broadway?
Yep.
Walking Broadway, and we come back, and there's 20 minutes left before our reservation. And I'm just looking around, looking at the buildings, and I'm like, damn, I'm in Nashville. Why am I in Nashville? I'm a GM. And it was the first time I had that thought. But again, it was a fleeting thought.
Yeah,
because when the thought comes, it's like, oh, I got work to do.
Yeah. Got to keep the job.
Yeah, and so I got work to do. And so it was like, all right, we'll be seated in 20 minutes. It's probably going to take us an hour and a half. And you're looking at the watch like, okay, I can pull up back into the office at 3.
Yeah.
And go do some work. And so that's, more than anything, it's been motivating. Because like you said, the objective of the job wasn't to just get it, but it was to keep it.
Yeah. I want to go back a little bit, though, to your dad's journey and what this means to him and what this means to y'all. Because, longtime assistant coach, Super Bowl winner, multiple Super Bowl winner as a player, had some interviews, reached the level of offensive coordinator and assistant head coach, but never got the head coaching opportunity, as a lot of black coaches can attest. What does it mean to him to see you in this big chair?
I mean, it's crazy for him to see, not only because of everything you just said, but people and I've said this before, people don't realize that I'm doing what he really wanted to do. Parcells is who pushed him into coaching. He wanted to do personnel, and so that's why he steered me once I got of age to kind of realize what was what. Mm-hmm. He steered me towards what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and he's obviously been a part of my journey. Combine was our time, right? Senior Bowl and Combine was our time. Where we got to just spend so much time together, sit and watch players, and just talk and just catch up and learn different philosophies. And so, he was at the press conference, and he was just like, I could just see him just smiling.
Yeah.
And then we shared a moment, afterwards, that was just, for me and him, and it's, I can't wait to have him, at the first game of me being in that role. And, some people have asked, hey, man, are you going to hire him as a consultant? And I was like, I can't do that because he's going to try to take over.
He's unofficially a consultant anyway, even if he ain't on payroll. But on that note, why does it seem like diversity at the GM level is ahead of the head coach level?
Again, I think there are more things in place to make it happen. So, we keep talking about the accelerator program. Well, the coaches have only had one shot at going to it, right? And that was in the offseason. That was in April, whenever it was last year. Front office, we had April and we've had December.
Gotcha.
So we just got to find a better time, whether it's, early in the process, early in the calendar year, and maybe later in the summer. We got to find more opportunities to get our coaches in front of owners.
Or it seems like just go to San Francisco. What is it? What's in the water there? What is it about this organization, whether it's from the personnel side, the management side, the coaching side? Everybody seems to want a piece of San Francisco. What y'all got going on?
I think obviously.
Oh, y'all is Tennessee now. What's your former employer?
Honestly, I think it's a couple things, right? It's a winning culture. Mm-hmm. It's a winning program, so it starts there. But then I think John and Kyle are intentional. And when they put you in a position, it fosters growth. You don't just get ceremonial titles, in San Francisco. They allow you to build, your role to help you. And then they get out of the way and they let you do your job and grow, in a way that that allows you, when these opportunities come, you're prepared for them and you're ready for them.
I heard you mention just the carryover from John Robinson to you, because the New England system, which you came up in Atlanta. I mean, your references and your resume, you've been prepared for this. You've had a lot more experience in San Francisco, going with the Rams, of course, and Les Snead. But picking the players part, that's not even probably the most challenging, I imagine, or the biggest part of the job. Like, you got to manage an entire building. And by the way, I got chills watching that introduction when you walked into the team facility and the entire organization is giving you this ovation. It's like, what is your approach and your philosophy when it comes to managing the building? The personnel part, you know that already. That is what it is. But managing the building as the general manager. Again,
we got great people in Tennessee. It's a collective, right? Mm-hmm. So, I know what the traditional role of the GM has been, but you got to think, man, we got, Burks in the building. You got Adolfo in the building, Dan Worley, Gill. We got a lot of great people in the building, so it's collaborative, right? So we all spend time together, bringing the football piece to the business piece to the tickets and everything. So, it's a collective.
Yeah.
And I think that's what truly makes the building special. You mentioned the ovation coming in. You got chills. Imagine how I felt.
What did you feel in that moment, man? You remember?
Everybody knows I'm not a crier, so, everybody was, we want to see if you're going to cry. Like, that's just not who I am, not because I'm tough or anything like that. It's just not who I am. But what I felt in that moment was motivation. Because, and if you see me looking up and I'm looking around, I'm trying to not only get the scope of the room, but I'm trying to look into every single person's face. And it just motivated me to want to work hard for these people because of the ovation and the love they showed me. It showed that me being there meant something to them.
Yeah.
And I want to bring to light everything that they feel and excel and help these guys see whatever dream or vision that they have for the organization.
Can't wait to see how you put your vision in place in Nashville. Appreciate the love you show me. It's good to be connected with you, man, and congratulations. Happy for you.
I appreciate you having little old me on your big show.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.